And welcome to the Lakers Pulse podcast. I'm your host, Merv, and on here I have Clayton. What's going on, Clayton?
Hi.
And Nelson. What is up, Nelson?
Nothing much really. Just being lame.
My God. Cool. So free agency will be starting tomorrow at 9 Western time. And the Lakers are probably not going to be doing much. Magic said himself at the press conference for the three other rookies today that it'll probably be one or two guys they sign on one-year deals. So Lakers wise, it's probably going to be a bit boring for us. He's Magic said himself that it's just going to be there'll be players in 2018. That's the year we have to look forward to. So for the Lakers, they're probably going to look to add some just veteran type guys or reclamation projects. So now I'm starting with you. Give me two people that you'd be looking for if you're the Lakers right now.
I think JJ Redick is a name to throw out there. You know, he's a veteran. Lakers are probably going to throw a lot of money at him, but I think that he's worth it at this point, especially for what the Lakers need. I'm really hoping they don't hand out another 4-year contract, and there's like zero chance they do that. There's zero chance they hand out a 3-year contract, so it'll be 2 years at the most. But they can max him out for a year or two, and that might be enticing for him to stay in LA, not move. Start his podcast here. Have all that kind of fun stuff. That could be fun. If I had up my own podcast, why not be in LA? Especially if you're a Laker. Like, Lakers fans are crazy. Like, they'll listen to JJ Redick talk about anything.
The question, though, is will he be moving to ESPN as well, or
is he going to follow Woj and Marks? I don't know. That's a good question.
and Shams. Shams is going to be at ESPN. But don't.
Hey, no. This is a Russell KD situation right now. Woj is KD and Shams is Russ. And Camp is gonna do what he wants and have commercials and stuff and win MVP and stuff. What's your second name, Nelson?
Honestly, I would have liked to say Sean Livingston, but I think that he's probably gonna stay if Iguodala goes. So I'll probably say Iguodala, since he's the guy who's like been getting steam about leaving the Warriors and stuff like that. I could definitely see Luke Walton pitching Pelinka and Magic on Iguodala, since he coached them, he's been around them, and he knows what kind of player he is, the kind of leadership that he provides. So I can definitely see Magic and Pelinka biting on Iguodala just for his defensive mind. Great guy, great character guy to have around, good mentor, good guy to have around Ingram. They could buy that sort of stuff, and that might make him offer him a 1-year max or 2-year max. He probably wants years at this point more than money. But, if he does want money, then the Lakers have plenty of that to offer.
Okay, so Clayton, give me two other guys. What do you think?
I'm going to go the opposite way of Nelson. I think something that they should look at is more of the reclamation projects. Because I think, they're likely to target some type of veteran on like a 1+1 with heavy money in the first year or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just trying to find some type of some type of shooting guard or combo, something like that. There's several guys that are available and something like that. There's KJ McDaniels, who was just released.
KJ.
Yeah. Ben McLemore has been a guy that people have talked about the past year or so. I think he has let him go. James Young from the Celtics.
He's a free agent?
Yeah, they declined.
Where's the Bill Simmons gif?
That would be a huge reclamation project. That would admittedly be a very 2 years away from being 2 years away.
I'll be fist pumping when we get James Young. I'll be doing the Bill Simmons fist pump.
I'm not saying that he's going to be any good. That's just that's a true reclamation project there. Or like looking possible trades for like previous high picks.
Shout out to Mario Hezonja.
Mario Hezonja. Shout out to Dim Pat. He has been on the Stanley Johnson train forever still, even though Stanley sucks. But he's a LeBron stopper. No, he's not. He sucks.
Yes, he is.
God help.
Stop being so negative, Clayton. He's from Santa Ana. He's a hometown kid. Let's just get all the hometown kids. We've gotten Lonzo. We've gotten Brook. Let's just add on to that and get Dan.
But I mean, I like the two names that Nelson brought up. My thing is I think that they're just going to get to. I think both of those guys are going to want like 3-year deals.
I think Iguodala for sure is trying to get a 3-year deal. I understand looking at him for sure because he's a guy that Luke knows, but I think Iguodala is looking at like a Minnesota or something if he can get 3 years, $70 million, something like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing names at the wall. Jonathan Simmons. Shout out to Seb in the live chat.
I would love
athletic defender. Can't really shoot much, but I mean, he'd be fun. Another guy Lakers all day says Kyle Korver. He kind of be like a cheaper JJ Redick.
Yeah.
For me, my thing with Korver is I think he's going to chase rings.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll
definitely
be available.
A Warrior.
He also brings up Darren Collison, and I want nothing to do with him. Absolutely nothing.
As a player alone, he's good, but
his off the court issues are too big for me to overlook.
Yeah. A couple guys that I've personally thought of. Justin Holiday. I know the Knicks kind of have his rights, and they can offer him.
They've got like 3/3 rights. I don't know exactly how much they can offer him. Let me see if I can find it while you're talking.
He's a guy that I think would be a great guy. I think he can potentially start. He was one of the. I think he was the Knicks' best defender last year, if I'm remembering right. I remember looking at numbers before, but he'd be a athletic, 2-3 who can defend and knock down the 3 at a decent percentage. He might get a couple years somewhere else or more money. But he's a guy I definitely look at. And then someone that might be better on a better team, but Thabo Sefolosha, defensively at least he can bring that. And is he a really bad 3-point shooter, or is he at least like 34 or something like that?
He shot 34%.
Okay, well if he can do something like that, that'd be cool. Sefolosha.
I'll look it up.
All right, yeah.
I think the Knicks can offer Justin Holiday the mid-level exception, which is like $8.3 million or something, give or take.
That's about yeah, $8 to $9 million is what I'd offer him for a year with like an option or something like that. But yeah, that's that type of player I'd be looking for. Clayton, you brought up the reclamation guys like Ben McLemore and Mario Hezonja.
Oh yeah. No, look, guys. For everyone out there listening, no one loves Ben McLemore more than Merge does. Merge has brought him up multiple times on this podcast. He said, "Look at what happened with Thomas Robinson. He was a Sacramento bad player, and now he's good." So just saying.
I never said that.
It was discussed multiple times.
This is before Mitch got fired, and I know how much Mitch loved bringing back his lottery picks. Like
he thought Mitch was having an affair with Ben McLemore. That's what Mitch thought, and it was kind of crazy.
Let's move on. I don't even.
I'm just saying, Mitch.
Another option Lakers all day brings up is one that I hadn't really thought of. Omri Caspi.
He's a 3-4.
He'd be an interesting guy. But yeah, I think the guys that we're mainly looking at are those 2-3s, the possible guys that can be primary ball handlers. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, like the reason why like the primary ball handler and a 2-3 type guy, and honestly, they're just going to want people that are healthy and around. That's why even though Jody Meeks is like a popular name around Lakers Twitter, I don't really see bringing him in as a good decision, because I will check it real quick on Basketball Reference, but yes, in the past 2 years with Detroit and Orlando, he has played a combined 39 games.
Damn.
So I don't really want to pay a guy, to not be here.
Yeah, I think one more person I would bring up, but this is like a guy who I don't know if he'd take a 1-year deal, but Tim Hardaway Jr. I think we talked about him a little bit before. Just for that
restricted free agent.
Oh, he's restricted. Okay, never mind. My bad. I forgot about that. Yeah, he'd be probably like 4 years.
Someone's gonna pay him a lot of money, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious.
He's better than than like some people thought, but he's not 4 years, 70 million, 68 million good.
I think someone's gonna give him 4 years and about 64, and
yeah.
I think it's going to be really funny. Really funny.
Yeah, I can like a Evan Turner type of deal. I can definitely see that.
Not quite what he gets, 72. Not that high, but oh man, I could see someone like, oh, he's a good wing. He plays the 2-3 and he can
handle a little bit.
Also, he can handle a little bit. He's 6'6", and he shot 35.7% from 3 this year.
And he's decent.
He could be on the up and up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of funny. And talking about bringing that up kind of is kind of transitioning into what I want to talk about next. Just more of a NBA general type free agency talk. Recently, the Houston Rockets traded for Chris Paul. And that was kind of a big thing. I had a feeling he would leave in free agency, but did not expect him to do a sign and trade. But it was smart on his end. He's going to get that super mega max in next year's offseason. And then there's always the chance of the Lakers trying to bring in the banana boat, which all 4 of them are free agents next year. So look out for that.
All the emojis
with Paul George as well. Just run LeBron at center.
Yeah, let's bring the 2008 the Olympic team in.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, minus Kobe. Or bring back Kobe too.
And Derrick Rose. Fuck it. Just bring Derrick Rose on too.
Yeah,
all the old superstars.
Right. So I kind of just wanted to. I know this is a Laker specific podcast, but I really want to know how you guys think that's going to work out with Chris Paul and James Harden. Clayton?
I think it'll be fine. I mean, I don't really see it'll be on Chris Paul to not try and slow the offense down and to not try and hold on to the ball so much.
Right.
But I don't see why it could not work.
Right. Yeah, I think both of them can actually play off ball pretty well. I think more so Chris Paul than James Harden. And what's his name? D'Antoni said himself, you can never have enough point guard or basketball IQ on the court, and that's what Chris Paul brings a lot of. And he brings some of that defense back that they lost in Beverly. It didn't give up too much for Chris Paul. It was Lou, who they have Eric Gordon already.
Yeah. Lou,
Bev,
Patrick
Bev kind of hurts defensively, but
Chris Paul honestly is pretty much right there. I know a lot of people gave Darius Soriano a lot of crap about that one, but I think people.
No, yeah, Chris Paul's still a top 3 point guard defender in the league. Like that's not a question.
He's pretty good.
Nelson, do you have any opinion on a Chris Paul James Harden fit?
Well, if it was any other coach than D'Antoni, then I might have a few questions, I guess. Just because everyone says superstars can just figure it out. You know, just
Right.
the talent there and they can just figure it out. But you need someone there to actually figure it out. And if there was one person I would trust with my life to figure this all out, then it'd probably be D'Antoni. You know, he's an offensive mastermind, and I don't even think that's giving him enough credit. You know, he's one of the best offensive coaches of all time, if not the best offensive coach of all time. Like he just coached a top 10 offense ever. You know, now he's going to be able to coach another great offense, which is going to have still tons of spacing. You know, Chris Paul. Like Clayton said, it'll be on Chris Paul not to pound, because I know this is kind of his style. But I think James Harden is an equally, if not better, off-ball player than Chris Paul, because James Harden can really shoot it from three.
Yeah,
and he can really move off-ball if he really wants to. You know, we saw that at OKC. He was really good off-ball when Westbrook and KD were also had the ball in their hands so much. You know, like it's not using him to his best of his abilities, but he certainly possesses an elite skill of playing off-ball.
Yeah. Another kind of free agent that's been in the news recently is Blake Griffin, because Phoenix Suns are going to be meeting with him. I think right when it hits 12:01, there's teams like the Nuggets who are interested, stuff like that. But then there's also rumors that he might not be back till December, which is huge. And I know there's people that actually have brought up the idea of him with the Lakers, and we're all three of us are completely against that, right?
It's not gonna happen. So yeah.
Right.
My main thing would be I don't see it happening because they want to try and keep that salary cap MVP available for next summer, but. And he's a good player, obviously. He's a really good player. And would I turn him down if he's like, I want to come to LA? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Would I hate that contract that he's probably going to get?
Probably.
Yep. But honestly, like if he's coming, I guess like you figure something out and you start. I mean, the Lakers should already be dealing from a position of redundance at this point of all the fours they have. So they already need to trade like at least one, maybe two guys. So just because of all the dang fours they got.
Right. Yeah.
So I like I said, I wouldn't turn him down, but at the same time, those two, or that contract is going to be possibly ugly, just because even though like not all of his injury history is like real, like a couple of the injuries were just like random things.
Yeah,
like they're not repeated things. I really wouldn't want to pay that, but whatever.
Just to see what you guys think. Where do you guys think he lands in free agency? Nelson?
Back with the Clippers is my guess. Just because I could see him, just wanting to stay there. I mean, they can offer him the most amount of money first of all. I mean, if they don't offer him the fifth year, then I think a dark horse contender like OKC could come in, I guess, like just try to shed all the cap space and try to bring back the hometown boy, because everyone loves that narrative, don't they?
Right.
But honestly, I think he probably just stays with the Clippers, especially if they staff him the fifth year. Then he's all but surely staying. Just because I think that his market outside of LA isn't going to be all that awesome. I know that the Suns are going to try to offer him the max. I think that's another dark horse candidate, but I think that right now the front runner is the Clippers, just because they can offer him the most amount of money theoretically, and because I mean, like, he just loves LA. From everything that we've heard, he loves LA, loves being there. From everything from some reports, he loved being with Chris Paul. So I mean, if that was the case, then maybe now he's happier.
Right.
He's happier catching outs from Patrick Beverly than Chris Paul.
And Austin Rivers.
Yeah,
I do want to put this out there. Last season, there was a podcast it was Zach Lowe, I believe, and Ramona Shelburne.
Sure.
and she kind of debunked a lot of those issues. Yeah, Blake and Kristen get along the best, but not all teammates get along,
Right.
And even though he does like LA, it's not. He's more. She said he's more of an introvert,
Right.
so he may not necessarily like it as much as people think he does.
Mhm.
So, if he's leaving, did he already opted out?
Yes.
Yeah.
What I would do if he's leaving and I'm the Clippers, I would pretty much try and do the same thing that they just did with Chris Paul and
Right.
do a sign and trade of some sort.
Right.
If that opt out, because it's reported that he was going to opt out. I don't know if he officially did yet.
Right. I think because right when
if he hasn't opted out yet, I would trade him immediately and continue this little rebuild that they're doing. Because even though that Chris Paul trade wasn't obviously what you would normally get, I did like some of those pieces.
Yeah, they got potential rotation players in Montrezl Harrell and Sam Decker. I don't know.
I mean, all four guys that they got were going to be in the rotation. And did they for sure get that 2018 pick?
Yes.
So I mean, that's just another potential thing. And they got Jawan Evans and Sindarius Thornwell.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about
in the draft. So I mean, it's not a high end rebuild, obviously, but it's interesting. I mean, it could be potentially interesting. But, yeah.
It's a type of thing where like they'll be bad, but they won't be like barren. So like Jawan Evans isn't going to be your savior, but he can be a guy where okay, you're bad, and then all of a sudden you're like bad enough to get a top 3 pick, and you get lucky and you land the number 1 pick and you draft Marvin Bagley or something like that. Yeah. Which and then having kind of established players around him is just going to help that young player develop. So it's better than what the Lakers had, where it was just like JC and Jordan, and then or JC and Julius, and then Julius got hurt and it was just JC, and then we had D'Angelo, and those players were still figuring out how to play and stuff like that. Clayton, where do you think Blake ends up?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I could really see him leaving, man. Like I really could.
I think he's gone too, personally.
He can't like one place that a lot of people have brought up is Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
They don't have the cap space. They'd have to dump at least 2 contracts to get him.
Yep.
And they don't have the assets to move to dump contracts.
Yeah. So, I don't see them wanting to attach Terrence Ferguson either.
Yeah. Two that come up to me is I've seen Boston, even though I'm not exactly thrilled with that one, and Miami.
I can see Miami as well.
They already have a meeting, I think, set up with Gordon Hayward. If they could get Gordon Hayward and Blake Griffin to pair with
Goran and Hassan.
Goran and Hassan Whiteside, that's a intriguing team in the East.
Yeah, that definitely is. I think if I had to give a most possible, I think Boston and Phoenix would be my top destination for him potentially. I just think Phoenix just has the money; they'll just throw it all at him, and it's potentially an intriguing lineup with Bledsoe and Booker and who be their 3? Josh Jackson, right? And then Blake and Bender? No, Chris?
Tyson
Chandler. That's probably an 8 seed in the West.
Maybe.
I mean, I personally wouldn't follow the Suns just because Blake's doesn't really align with the timeline of their better players than Booker and Jackson, but I can definitely see the intrigue. And then Boston.
That's where they would just start trading guys for more.
Yep. Which I don't really rule out as well for them. I think Booker's probably the only safe one. And then Boston is just
I would be
Boston.
more than happy to take Dragon Bender off their hand.
Do they want Luol Deng? He's a nice veteran.
I'll take on Luau, or they take on Luau. I'll take on that Tyson Chandler contract.
And then Boston's just Boston, and they'll always be interested in star players. Who knows if they pull the trigger? I don't like the fit with him and Horford. I think they need rim protection more than anything. But I can definitely see, the potential. Brad Stevens is a good coach. He'll be able to use Blake well, especially with Isaiah and possibly Jason Tatum and Avery Bradley. But yeah, those are probably the two I'd say. I'm gonna. I think this is probably the biggest guy who would affect the Lakers' future. Gordon Hayward. So a lot of rumors have been that. What would you say?
I would totally sign him. No questions asked.
No, that wasn't what I was going to say.
I don't.
There's been rumors that the Celtics are trying to pair up Gordon Hayward and Paul George, but it would all depend on Gordon Hayward. Obviously, if they get him, they'll finally maybe trade Terry Rozier. I don't know if they will, but they might. And they'll pair up Gordon with Isaiah and Paul George and Al Horford. So Gordon Hayward, also I think Miami is another team that I've seen that's going to meet with him. So Clayton, where do you think Gordon Hayward ends up?
I think he stays in Utah.
Yeah, he does seem like that type of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I know Boston is like a heavy favorite for him, but until I think that team is just too intriguing for him at this point. You know? So
especially adding Donovan Mitchell now, and having him at the 2 or maybe the 1 or whatever they want to do with that, it is really intriguing now. I'm high on Donovan, so he's a nice fit there. I also think that it's either Utah or Boston, leaning more Utah than anything. He just seems like a guy that wants to stay in the same place most of his career and stay with Rudy Gobert and just try to win a championship with them.
I would have to say though that he remember a couple years ago he did get that max offer sheet from.
It was the Hornets, I believe.
I think it was back when they were still the Bobcats. I think. Did they change then? I don't remember.
I think it was like the year they changed, I want to say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there is does CP3 really count as a free agent since he opted into his contract? I mean,
nah, not anymore.
I think if there was going to be a guy that leaves, and I wouldn't be surprised, I think it would be him. Even though I did just say that I think that he'll stay.
Clayton laughs and contradicts his own points.
I know. I don't know. And like just sitting here, I'm just like, well, he did leave, or he did attempt to leave one time.
Yeah.
At least to get that max offer sheet at the time. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think really the real interesting point there is what you were kind of alluding to was the Celtics getting Hayward and then trading for Paul George as well.
Yeah.
And then if Paul George stays in Boston, then you're kind of screwed.
Shout out to Magic.
So one to bring this all back to Lakers centric talk, I guess. My question is would you guys chase after guys this summer, or would you try and hold on cap space?
I mean, at this point, we kind of have to just hold on the cap space and hope for LeBron and Paul George.
I mean, because honestly, if I was the front office, I say I can move some of these contracts next summer.
Well, I mean, if you were the front office, the answer would still be a Laker, but
Like a guy like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope
Yeah.
would be a very good fit next to Lonzo, in my opinion.
Yeah, he would.
One of the best wing defenders in the NBA, continuing to improve on his 3-point shot. He's going to get probably near max, but I think you could possibly move him next year. If need be. I mean, his agent would be pissed.
Yeah.
But I just think that it wouldn't stop me from trying to improve, especially because a guy like Kentavious would really help out Lonzo.
Yeah, he would.
The offensive side or the defensive side, he provides some spacing. While Reggie Jackson was out, he was able to provide some playmaking as well. So that would be a really interesting situation that I just don't think I would be able to turn down, to be honest. I mean, it's all up to Detroit because they have to match the sheet.
Yeah.
He's also I do have to throw this in with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He also is a Rich Paul client.
Yeah. He's a Rich Paul client.
Right. Everyone knows correctly. Rich Paul is his agent.
Oh, look at Clayton reading the tea leaves.
LeBron's childhood best friend, man.
You're freaking welcome.
God, man, I can't.
You like that?
Thanks, Anthony.
And you know how much LeBron James and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope are best friends, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Clayton's right. You know, because same agent connection.
I'm joking.
I mean, like, I don't really think there's any chance that LeBron's actually coming to LA, especially with the Banana Boat crew.
Yep.
But yeah, I do think that you could to if you want to be conspiracy about how they think they're going to get LeBron James next year, I do think that you could see them trying to look at Rich Paul free agents.
Yeah.
Shabazz Muhammad is a restricted free agent, but he's a Rich Paul agent. So is Ben McLemore, who I swear I thought that he was an unrestricted free agent because I thought that they declined his deal.
Right.
But apparently not. I thought they did, but multiple sites have said that he's a restricted free agent. So I don't know. The other ones you're not going to get. You're not going to get. Well, I take that back. A guy that you could possibly get that's a Rich Paul agent, which, it really doesn't matter. It would be Corey Joseph, who I think
very important.
Would be actually a pretty good fit with Lonzo. He doesn't really provide the spacing, but he does provide a ball handler and defense.
Yeah. Hey, if the Lakers really want to get LeBron James, they should just sign. James Jones, man. Might as well. Hey, LeBron has never not made a finals without James Jones.
I mean, does James Jones not have a permanent spot with the Cavs though?
He has a permanent spot on a LeBron team.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's been on every LeBron team for the past 7 years.
Who's the other guy? They ended up trading him too. It was James Jones.
Mike Miller.
Oh, Mike Miller.
Yeah,
it was Mike Miller.
Yeah, Mike Miller.
Yeah, and there was someone that joked when the Cavs won the championship last year, where someone said that LeBron hugged those two guys, and he was like the real big three. Just like, oh my word.
That's great. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's really going to be a boring free agent period for Lakers specific. It's going to be really interesting NBA specific because I think there's a lot of moving parts besides the two we already mentioned. I mean, people like Kyle Lowry, who I think the best shot to get him might be the Timberwolves, to be honest. But
Lowry,
yeah,
there's a team in Texas that's still lurking.
I mean, San Antonio, yeah, they're still looking as well, but.
I mean, they could. Oh, another thing that could happen during free agency for the Lakers is we kind of said it a couple times, but not really go in depth, is to do Lin-style trades, Jeremy Lin-style trades, where we took on salary and we got an asset out of it.
Hey, let's just get more salary cap, man. All the cap space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be just for like this year or whatever.
Right.
So San Antonio is likely not going to let go of Tony Parker,
right?
Because of what's the phrase you like to use a lot, Nelson?
What's the phrase you like to use a lot?
For the
culture.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. See, Merch could have finished it off. Merch was equally as skillful as me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, for the culture, they'll probably keep him. But I mean,
shout out to the For the Culture podcast. It died. But
R.I.P. the For the Culture.
Yeah, R.I.P.
It died a very painful death.
Sadly.
Damn.
Sorry.
Well,
the hell is wrong with you, Clayton?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm loopy. Yeah, whatever.
At least one tired comment a podcast. But by the way, as you asked Merge earlier, whether I would spend money on free agency in 2017 or in 2018, since you kindly asked me that question and you guys both want to hear my answer, I'm going to give my answer because you guys are so eager to know my answer. So what I would do is I would save cap space for next year because you put all your chips onto next year and there's no point of wasting your money now.
Yep.
Because honestly, it just makes no sense because like you traded D'Angelo Russell and you're planning on making more moves in the future to clear up cap space for 2018 because that's the point. That's the point of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. So and if it goes up in their face, they don't care. So this is what they're trying to do. So why would you, even if Gordon Hayward was at your doorstep saying, give me the max, please, Magic, I'll do anything for you. Then you still don't do it because your plan is 2018 and you save up your cap space for 2018.
Well, what if Steph Curry says that though?
Oh, well, see, that's a superstar player and that's someone they can build around. That's different. All right, he's on that level, on that tier of LeBron James.
Why? The question though, why would we need Steph Curry when
we have we have the next Steph Curry?
No. Lonzo's the next Russell Westbrook.
Sorry.
538 got it right.
Hey man, why not pair up Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook? Actually, on that note as well, I really hope whenever the Thunder are able to offer Russell 4 more years, I really hope he takes it because I will not be able to deal with next year. Everyone saying Russell Westbrook to the Lakers.
Oh man, please.
And I think
we're like the only ones that probably wouldn't like that.
I think Russ is awesome. And he's a great player, obviously MVP, stuff like that. He's going to break down in 3 years. Not break down, but he won't be this. He won't be this in 3 years, or maybe not even close to it. I just think it's too much. He depends too much on his athleticism, and that eventually goes down. I mean, what is he, 29, 28?
Mm-hmm.
I think around 32. I mean, unless he's like LeBron James and he's just a freaking robot, then I don't see him being that great of an athlete, and then that just puts all your money in one player in Russell Westbrook, and then it doesn't work out in his third year when he has like a year left. I don't know. I just don't want to have to deal with that again. Russ is an awesome player, one of the best players in the NBA, obviously. But
I also want Westbrook to stay just so Royce Young doesn't do anything drastic.
What, like call out Russell's baby, call the baby ugly or something like that? Because that's something Royce would steep to. I feel like.
I'm not going to go that far, but
man, let's not talk about Royce Young.
All right, guys. So Rob Pelinka has some interesting comments today that I really want to talk about. He said, "This is not a rebuilding year."
This comment, it's a Laker year.
So free agency is coming up. He says it right before free agency. Does that dictate any kind of moves that the Lakers are going to make? Are they going to make more win now moves, or are they going to stay patient?
It's all agent talk, I feel.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, I think they're going to be bad next year. Lakers aren't going to be good, and I would really be, I think Magic and Pelinka think this team is going to be good enough to entice Paul George and LeBron to the Lakers, and I have serious doubts about that. I don't see.
But that you have doubts with the roster right now. What kind of moves will they honestly have to make? Because we talked about the bargain bin, the possible one you two-year guys. But like, what kind of move do you guys see them making that might come out of left field, but is a definite win now move that you see adding to the win total?
Signing JJ Redick to like a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Signing George Hill, something like that.
Yeah.
Signing Gordon Hayward and immediately giving up Brandon Ingram for Paul George.
Yeah, that's also a very win now move.
I think Clayton might die if it happens. He might literally just pass out.
I mean, I don't know how terrible that would actually be. Two top 15 players, you know.
Wait, you're talking about Lonzo and Gordon Hayward, right?
I'm talking about Lonzo and Ivica Zubac.
Sorry. I get confused.
I love when I get those random tweets.
What? You don't like the Zubac's tweet when it has like his name with Wilt Chamberlain and and like David Robinson.
That one's very special.
Oh man, poor Zoo, man. People are overrating him to hell. But yeah. I don't know. I think win now stuff. It's really tough because I don't think there's a lot of win now moves you can make, and also kind of carry out what the front office is trying to do next year. I mean, if they're really trying to win now, they'll just trade and then just sign Kyle Lowry, Gordon Hayward, trade for Paul George, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening.
Talk about a contract that would make me throw up.
What, Kyle Lowry?
Yeah. He's very good, and I absolutely love Kyle Lowry, but he's already, I think, 31.
Whatever team he goes to, he's going to be great because he's going to be around at least one other star. You know?
He's already 31. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot how Jimmy Butler's recruiting Kyle Lowry. I will happily take Marco. My word.
What were you going to say? Marco Bellinelli or Marcelo Huerta?
I was just on Twitter and I saw someone tweet Marco Rubio, and I meant to say
Ricky
Rubio. There you go.
Ricky.
Politics. Shoot me, please. I would. That's a guy that I would take on as a dump.
He would be nicer next to Alonzo as well, just from the defensive side.
Yes. He is one of the best point guard defenders that no one realizes.
Yeah, because he's either hurt or he's just so god awful on offense that isn't passing the ball.
Yeah. His shooting obviously is very bad, but his defense and handling the ball are very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, to get someone with that type of vision to help Lonzo offensively when he's not setting others up, which would be really good.
And you'd have to dump him next year, but whatever.
Yeah, you would, but you know, what are you gonna do?
You gotta win those games.
You gotta win those games, man. I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting to see. I think they'll be more active on the trading block than they are in free agency, the Lakers. Just because I don't see them going free agents, like we've said, are veteran guys who take 1-year deals or reclamation guys. It's more likely than not, the Lakers are going to be very, very quiet in the next, 3 to 4 days.
This is what we all said last year. By the way, this is what we all said last year. We said, they'll sign a couple reclamation bargain guys. Don't you worry about it, guys.
We also said Hassan Whiteside was going to be a Laker.
No, we never said that.
We did.
No. Clayton, did you ever say that? Because I never said that.
I said that. I don't remember.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind.
Clayton
was on board the Whiteside hype train. My bad. Excuse me.
Whiteside's still really good. I still would have loved him on the Lakers.
Oh no. We're not bashing Whiteside here. I'm just saying that you're acting like we had high hopes. I had no high hopes.
that he was going to be. I don't remember. I don't honestly remember that was a year ago. So
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think at least I was on the train that we're just going to sign a couple bargain big guys or whatever.
I just think that the front office has been so vocal and saying we're not going to go after anyone this year that nothing's going to happen.
It probably won't happen, but I mean, I expect the worst with this front office. That's what I've learned to. That's what my first impressions are. I mean, like, expect the worst. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Keep your expectations low, so when they do nothing, you'll be happy.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, if you don't trade Brandon Ingram, we're cool. We're cool. Pelinka, Magic, we're fine for this offseason. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're
cool. The only thing I just hope is just they get another 2, because I don't think.
Oh no! Yeah, they need another lead guard. Like
I don't want.
They didn't want.
Even though I like Josh Hart, I don't want him starting immediately, and I don't want Jordan Clarkson starting. So we need another 2 who can at least shoot the ball. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds kind of important. I think shooting is up there with the things that are important. So yeah.
Yeah, making baskets is definitely up there with defending the basketball. So
yeah, I think it's up there. Yeah.
And yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be more likely than not. It'll be quiet for Lakers side, but you never know with this front office. You never know.
Yeah, and Woj are now on ESPN, so go check out ESPN.
Is he at Woj ESPN now?
No, not yet, but he will be.
Is he going to be at Woj ESPN?
He probably will be.
That's gonna be weird.
I think it literally starts on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like at 12:01.
He'll be changing to Woj ESPN.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna have their eyeballs on their Twitter feeds at 12.
Then everyone's gonna get a notification. Everyone's gonna get a notification like, "Who the hell's Woj ESPN?" Oh shit!
Fake Woj. Lakers did not just sign Gordon Hayward. Fake Woj.
we do need it too. So who are we gonna overpay? That's the question.
Deion Waiters. Come on, man.
Let me look.
Okay.
Danilo Gallinari.
Yet another 4. That would be the epitome of just hilarity. And
I mean, apparently the front office just wants all the 4s. They want all the 4s.
Actually, someone we didn't talk about that. Shout out to Dimpat. He'll be happy that we talk about him. Tony Snell.
Shouts to the homie
free agent. Bucks are gonna match.
He's restricted.
Yeah.
Well, I'd find a shout out Tony Snell for Dim.
Also, awesome name. The Lakers need someone with a good name. Brook Lopez. That sounds kind of Hispanic, but yeah. I mean, KCP. KCP going to KFC. Boom, right there. Put that on the slogan right there.
That's racist.
Yeah, like KFC should be all over KCP right now. Like they should just be on him. Just sign him to a deal already.
Was there any other thing that I want to talk about?
No, we were all over the place on this.
But I mean, there's not a lot to talk about. I think next time we'll have a lot to talk about is if Lakers make some stupid move or Summer League. Actually, we can say, do we know for sure the full Summer League rosters now?
No, not yet.
No,
only people besides the
bringing on Vanderblue and Alec Blue.
Ooh, Vanderblue. Shout out to back when we had Jabari Brown and Vanderblue on the same
Jabari
team.
Brown is going to be on the Warriors Summer League. That one made me laugh.
The Warriors have like 5 Oregon players on their Summer League team. They have Jordan Bell. They have Dylan Ennis. They have the big man. What's his name? Boucher. What's his name? The guy who's super old and he was
Chris Boucher.
Yeah, Boucher. I think Jabari Brown was there for like a couple games where he transferred. It's pretty crazy how they have like all the Oregon people. They also have Bryce Alford, which is hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch Summer League in general. I think it's gonna be just to see the young guys, to see what Brandon has developed on stuff like that. He's said that he's ready to just play in the Summer League, stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun to watch him hopefully dominate like D'Angelo did last year. I
do want to talk about Pelinka kind of was talking Julius Randle and Larry Nance seems like the guy's gonna stay on the roster.
Yep.
And then we also have Kyle Kuzma, who Pelinka said was doing backflips when he was drafted at 27. Probably the only GM that was.
We also have Luol Deng.
Right, and we also have Luol Deng. So got all the fours. I am gonna make a bold prediction. The Lakers do not trade a power forward unless it is Luol Deng.
I think that's not that bold, to be honest, but I think Julius for sure. After what Magic said today about Julius, he'll be a Laker at least through next season.
Yeah,
because Magic is saying that the NBA needs to watch out for Julius next year, which actually I agree with because I think he's gonna have a monster year. But
But did he say that he needs to watch out for Julius on the Lakers? See, these are the fine details, Merge.
he's not gonna. He's not. No, just stop, Nelson. You're reading.
Hey, no. Clayton's one was way worse. He just connected Rich Paul. He just threw out the name Rich Paul, and everyone was like, "Oh," and then Merge was like, "Oh yeah, no, Clayton, that makes sense."
That one makes more sense.
I'm just saying, you gotta.
Honestly, I think that you should not take anything that Magic says seriously.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
He also had that reason that
you should. They also just sold very low on D'Angelo Russell. They need to sell high on someone.
Yeah.
They also after what Magic said today about D'Angelo is a great talent and Brooklyn's gonna love him, stuff like that. But we need someone who can lead a team. Blah, blah, blah.
They also you've also got to think that they're factoring in next year. Julius Randle is going to have a big cap hold.
Huge.
Oh man, yeah. I don't want Julius to leave.
I think this year's cap hold is going to be something like $8.9 million or something like that. I'd have to look exactly. Shout out to Freed_NBA to look at that. But I believe next year it's $20 million. It might be that might be 2018, 2019 though, or 2019, 2020. Let me see if I can find it real quick on Reed's thing. But that is something that I think is going to have to be factored in because that's just a huge amount of money that is just going to be right there. And unless they renounce it, which would be interesting, because then they just completely gave up on him.
Yeah.
I found it. Okay, so next year it's 12.3. That's still a pretty significant chunk. And then in 1920 it is $20 million, the cap hold. So with 12.3 next year, you're looking at if you can get rid of that, I think, and along with Clarkson and Deng, you're looking at two real max free agents.
Yeah, man.
So
it really
I do think that even though he's been talked up a lot, I think that is a guy that Lakers fans really need to look out for to be traded because I really think he's on the block. He's already been rumored to be part of Paul George trades, but if they're not going to get him in a trade, then they're going to have to be able to sign him next year. And obviously, everyone thinks that we're going to try and get 2 max free agents next year. So that's a move that's going to have to be done.
Right? Yeah, man. This really sucks because I actually feel like Julius is gonna really be really good next year, and
I do have to say real quick. I'm sorry. That is factoring in keeping Brook Lopez in 18-19 and 19-20 on like a 2-year, $30 million deal.
Each?
No, it'd be 15 a year.
Okay, I was gonna say what?
Honestly, I would not bring Brook Lopez back. I know that people are apparently really high on him.
I think it's just how awesome he is offensively.
He's really good potentially on offense, but there's been a reason why he hasn't been able to keep the. I mean, I know the Nets didn't have any talent around him either, but he wasn't able to bring in anything before the trade.
Could there be a possibility if Brook puts up like 22 points per game that he's an all-star?
I mean, Genie wanted an all-star. He's only been an all-star one time in his career, though.
Yeah, I think that was that was
the
like time in between Darren Williams.
Yeah. Palinka made a comment that he's an all-star caliber center, and
Palinka's the most positive person ever because he called I think 6 different players phenomenal people and players.
Yeah. So, I would have no problem letting him leave, but then I mean, you potentially could keep Randall if you don't sign him. If I'm looking at that number correctly, they would have, if they didn't bring him out a $15 million, that means that they would have $65 million.
But I mean,
and I'm with the cap shift and everything, and they want Paul George would be a 30% and LeBron would be a 35%. You're looking at just barely enough to get to those two guys.
Yeah, I mean, also you got to kind of think that if the Lakers do end up with Paul George and LeBron,
Randall's
is not starting.
Yeah, Randall's being moved almost immediately after that.
Right. After that, you just go out and get ring chaser guys, maybe one more star. I mean, definitely hope for, right? Just ring chasers and maybe like a Bosch level star or like a Kevin Love level star.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting that unless you're giving up Ingram or Lonzo.
Which I can see Ingram being traded personally, not Lonzo.
I think that'd be really dumb.
I mean, it would be, and I still think that team wouldn't beat the Warriors. You know, just because the Warriors are still in their primes in 2 years.
I know a lot of people are very positive on that, but a 34-year-old LeBron and Paul George and Lonzo Ball. I mean, like who is that Chris Paul? You know, I'm
right. I don't know. Like you would have to hope. You would have to hope Lonzo has like a historic first 2 seasons as a rookie point guard.
I don't think that is a.
I just think you got it. I don't know. We've been of the mindset of this gradually grow until the Warriors and the Cavs die out, which I thought was the plan, but you know, stuff changes. You know, man, this has been a really jumbled podcast, to say the least.
It's been one of our more jumbled podcasts in a while, and a lot of it is because of me, so I'm sorry.
Nah, that's fine. There's not much to talk about. Like we said, it's just a lot of.
Shout out to Clayton's rabbit holes. The rabbit holes are.
Yeah, I mean,
I think.
Shout out to Podcast Rabbits. That's a good podcast.
Again, shouting out a podcast that is not on LP.
Yeah, at least it's not another sports podcast.
No, I think just really all 3 of us are kind of down on the Lakers at the moment. You know, we're all just kind of burnt out on the Lakers and just mad at the Lakers in a little bit of sense since that trade. And you know, it will eventually come back in some sort of capacity.
Yeah, when the Lakers trade Lonzo and Brandon, and they trade everyone else, then I'll be right. I'll be vindicated, and then I'll be back. I'll be back to being cheery, and then the take is on.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun year next year, guys. I don't really know if we're gonna be doing one of these soon, unless something big happens, right? I mean, maybe if we do sign a couple free agents, we can get on and talk about that. But I would say expect another podcast sometime closer to the summer league, right? That's what I would say.
Probably. Yeah.
So, do either of you guys have anything you're writing that you want to push or coming out soon?
Well, once I start being lazy and I start writing more, I'm gonna finish up my Lonzo series and then start a scouting report on Kyle Kuzma. So
right, Clayton.
Hey, that was mine, you jerk.
Hey, hold on. You said Bryant and Dozier.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said Bryant and Dozier. That's why.
I'm gonna look at.
You look it up. You look it up. Come at me on Twitter when you find the results.
Well, Before you look for that, Clayton, do you have anything else you want to?
I have apparently a different
And
scouting report to work on. I thought.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, PJ Dozier, Thomas Bryant.
Any
and
Magic or Lonzo hit pieces?
And you could possibly see tomorrow, Friday, the 31st of June. Or no, the 30th of June. Sorry. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Yell at me on Twitter. I don't care. You could see a possible free agent wish list or possibilities from me.
All righty, and I'm going to continue being a lazy bum and do nothing.
At least you know.
Hey, I've accepted the fact, and I realize that's who I am. So I'm at peace. Thanks for joining us. I don't even know what else I was on to say.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Rate us on iTunes. Even if you hate the podcast, you can talk crap in the podcast or in the comments. Just give us 5 stars, you jerks.
I need more Nelson hate reviews.
More Nelson hate.
Let's just best bag on the best member of the podcast. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure. If you guys want to, I mean.
Hey,
fine.
we've had some weird, out of the ordinary podcasts in the past few. So. Thanks for joining us again. Rate and review on iTunes. Follow us on at Lakers Pulse Pod or at Lakers Pulse. My personal Twitter is at Merge Christian. Clayton is Clayton 1949.
Lakers.
Oh, Lakers 1949. My bad. And then Nelson's is at probably _ Nelson.
Yeah, best handle in the game.
You can catch him tweeting his Chance the Rapper takes and stuff like that.
Yes, and Vince Staples takes, because I have now found a new love for Vince Staples.
You're not a Vince Staples stan?
I am now. I'm fully 100% on the Vince Staples train.
Damn.
So,
All right. See you guys later. Peace out.
Bye.